Is Sarah Horton pregnant? Is Brady Black the father? A shocking new chapter for Salem's most complicated love triangle in the ever-twisting world of Days of Our Lives. Love, lies, and betrayal are as common as morning coffee at Brady's pub. But even longtime viewers who've grown used to wild plot turns and shocking revelations might find themselves stunned by the latest Salem development. Sarah Horton may be pregnant for the third time, and she's lying about the baby's father. And the twist that has everyone whispering? It's not her estranged husband Xander Kyriakis. It's Brady Black. From trying for a baby to fighting for custody not long ago, Sarah Horton and Xander Kyriakis were talking about expanding their family. The two had shared the joy and trials of raising their daughter, little Victoria, and were supposedly trying for baby number 2. For a moment, it looked like they might finally find the kind of stability that's rare in Salem. But as always, peace in this town is short-lived. Seemingly overnight, their marriage crumbled under the weight of mistrust and unresolved resentment. The once-loving couple is now locked in a bitter custody battle over Victoria. Xander wants joint custody, but Sarah is demanding full rights, wanting to keep her daughter as far from Xander's volatile nature as possible. Their conversations have turned cold and combative, and it seems like reconciliation is no longer on the table. As their relationship burns to the ground, Sarah is quietly harboring a life-altering secret: she's pregnant again. But this time, the truth behind the baby's paternity could shatter more lives than just hers and Xander's. Brady Black, the friend who might be more at first glance, Sarah and Brady's recent closeness might appear innocent. They've always been friendly. After all, Salem's a small town and its residents have an uncanny way of weaving in and out of each other's lives. Recently, Sarah has been helping Brady's daughter, Rachel, with a series of unexplained stomach aches. This brought her into more frequent contact with Brady, leading to heart-to-hearts, a few shared meals, and a growing emotional bond. One lunch at Brady's pub turned into a lingering conversation. Then two. Then a comforting hug here, a lingering glance there. Soap fans know what that means. It's not far-fetched to imagine these two friends crossing a line in a moment of shared vulnerability. Brady is reeling from his endless drama with Kristen DiMera. Sarah is heartbroken, frustrated, and confused about her collapsing marriage. In Salem, two lonely hearts don't stay lonely for long. Sarah's secret, a baby she can't explain. As Sarah faces the realization that she's pregnant again, the fear begins to sink in. How can she tell Xander, the man she's divorcing, the man she no longer trusts, that she may be carrying his child? But here's where things get even more tangled. What if the baby isn't Xander's at all? What if it's Brady's? Or perhaps even more scandalously, what if Sarah isn't sure? Rather than face those questions, Sarah is rumored to be telling a bold lie. Some spoilers suggest that Sarah may deliberately tell people, or at least Xander, that Brady is the father. It wouldn't be the first time Sarah kept a pregnancy a secret. Viewers will remember how she successfully disappeared for months while pregnant with Victoria, only to return later with a newborn and a story that left Xander shocked and scrambling. She's done it once. Could she do it again? A lie that could become the truth. Brady is known for being kind-hearted, sometimes to a fault. If Sarah confides in him, it's not out of the realm of possibility that he would offer to step up and claim paternity, especially if it means protecting her and the baby from Xander's darker impulses. At first, this might be a cover. But in the twisted, unpredictable world of Days, emotional boundaries have a funny way of dissolving. Could pretending to be the father of Sarah's baby lead Brady to fall for her for real? Could Sarah find in Brady the stability and gentleness she always craved but never fully got from Xander? It wouldn't just be Xander who has a problem with this new dynamic. Kristen DiMera, Brady's ex and the mother of his daughter Rachel, will not sit quietly if Sarah becomes a permanent fixture in Brady's life, especially if she's carrying his child. The war between Kristen and Sarah could reignite with full fury, creating a rivalry that threatens to spill into every corner of Salem. Xander's reaction: fury, denial, or revenge? For his part, Xander is not the kind of man who takes betrayal lightly. If he discovers that Sarah is pregnant and is claiming the child belongs to another man, especially Brady, of all people, his reaction could be explosive. Would he accept her claim? Or will he suspect that Sarah is lying to keep him away from another child? Xander knows Sarah better than anyone. He's seen her capacity to lie, to run, to manipulate situations when she feels cornered. He may not take her word at face value, and that could lead to a whole new investigation, one where Xander tries to prove the baby is his. But what if it's not? What if, in a twist no one sees coming, Brady really is the father? A storm is brewing in Salem no matter how this story unfolds. One thing is certain. The lives of Sarah, Brady, and Xander are about to change forever. This baby, whether it's a symbol of new love or a product of betrayal, will become the center of a fierce and emotionally charged storyline that brings secrets to light and tears relationships apart. Is Sarah truly pregnant again? Is she lying about who the father is? Or is she just trying to protect herself and her children from the chaos that always seems to follow Xander? And is Brady ready to become a father again? This time, under the most complicated circumstances imaginable? Next, Days of Our Lives. A storm of emotions and secrets unfurls in Salem on Monday, July 7th, as the sun rises over the charming town of Salem on Monday, July 7th, 2025. The residents of Days of Our Lives brace themselves for a day filled with heart-wrenching decisions, clandestine plans, and fiery confrontations. For those of us who've spent years captivated by the intertwined lives of Salem's families, this episode promises to deliver the emotional depth and dramatic twists that have made the show a beloved staple in our daily routines. From a young mother's quiet anguish to a young couple's daring escape and a once-loving couple's explosive clash, Monday's episode is set to keep us on the edge of our seats. So, let's dive into the stories unfolding in Salem, where secrets are never buried for long and every choice carries the weight of consequence. Sophia Choi's heart-wrenching dilemma in a quiet corner of Salem. Sophia Choi, portrayed by Rachel Boyd, is grappling with a decision that has left her heart in tatters. The young woman, whose life has been marked by both courage and vulnerability, is haunted by the memory of her newborn son, whom she left at a local fire station in a desperate act of secrecy. For those of us who've followed Sophia's journey, this moment is a poignant reminder of the sacrifices some must make, often in the shadows of Salem's bustling community. The choice to leave her child behind was not made lightly, and now, as she navigates her daily life, Sophia is caught in a whirlwind of mixed feelings, regret, longing, and a flicker of hope that her son is safe. As she moves through Salem, Sophia's path may cross with an unexpected sight. Javi Hernandez, El Calderon, and Leo Stark, Greg Ricart, two kind-hearted souls who have taken it upon themselves to care for the newborn. The image of her child in their arms could be both a comfort and a torment, stirring a storm of emotions within her. Will she find the courage to reveal her secret, or will the fear of judgment keep her silent? For those of us who've watched Salem's residents face countless moral dilemmas, Sophia's story resonates deeply, reminding us of the strength it takes to confront one's own choices. Across town, another bond is forming as Chad DiMera and Kat Green share a moment of connection, perhaps offering a glimpse of lighter days amidst the turmoil. Tali's Great Escape, a young love's adventure. Meanwhile, young love is blooming in Salem as Tate Black and Holly Jonas, affectionately known to fans as Tali, plot a daring getaway. For those of us who remember the days when we were young and full of dreams, their story is a nostalgic nod to the thrill of adventure and the pull of romance. The couple, whose chemistry has been sparking for weeks, has been buzzing about the Lake Week senior citizens trip, an event that Holly and her friend Ari Horton are attending. But as Monday's episode unfolds, it becomes clear that Tate and Holly have more in mind than simply joining the group for a leisurely retreat. Their plans, whispered in stolen moments, hint at a secret agenda, perhaps an extracurricular escapade that could test the boundaries of their young love. Are they sneaking away for a romantic rendezvous under the stars, or is there a deeper motive behind their getaway? The excitement of their scheme is tempered by the risks they face, as Salem's watchful eyes are never far away. For those of us who've cheered for Tate and Holly through their ups and downs, this moment feels like a turning point, a chance for them to carve out a piece of happiness in a town where drama is always lurking. But will their plans go off without a hitch, or will an unexpected twist derail their adventure? Zara's war reignites. A marriage on the brink. In another part of Salem, the air crackles with tension as Xander Kyriakis and Sarah Horton Kyriakis, once a couple bound by love and shared dreams, find themselves at odds once again. For fans of Zara, as their devoted followers call them, this latest clash is a painful reminder of how quickly love can turn to conflict in Salem. The episode on July 3rd offered a glimmer of hope when Maggie Kyriakis, Sarah's mother, seemed to soften toward Xander, hinting at a possible reconciliation. Many of us hoped that Sarah and Xander might follow suit, finding a way to mend the fractures in their relationship. But Monday's episode dashes those hopes, as the estranged couple descends into another explosive argument. The reasons for their fight remain shrouded in mystery, but the stakes are undeniably high. Xander with his fiery temper and stubborn pride, and Sarah with her fierce independence and unyielding principles are a combustible mix. As their voices rise and old wounds are reopened, the specter of the D-word, divorce, looms large. For those of us who've rooted for Zara through their many trials, the thought of their marriage unraveling is heartbreaking. Will this latest battle push them closer to a permanent split, or could a moment of clarity remind them of the love that once bound them? The tension between them is palpable, and as we watch, we can't help but hope for a resolution that honors their shared history. A town on the edge of revelation. As Monday's episode unfolds, Salem is a town teetering on the edge of revelation. Sophia's secret, Tali's getaway, and Zara's war are just the beginning, as other storylines weave through the fabric of the community. The trial of Johnny DiMera, accused of shooting his father, EJ, continues to cast a shadow over Salem, with Rachel Black's testimony poised to change the course of events. For those of us who've watched Salem's families navigate decades of triumphs and tragedies, this interconnected web of stories is what makes Days of Our Lives so compelling. Each character's journey is a thread in the larger tapestry, pulling us deeper into the heart of the town we've come to love. The emotional weight of Sophia's decision, the thrill of Tate and Holly's adventure, and the heartbreak of Xander and Sarah's conflict create a rich, multifaceted narrative that speaks to the complexities of life. For those of us over 65 who've seen our own share of joys and challenges, these stories resonate on a profound level. They remind us of the resilience it takes to face difficult choices, the courage required to chase love, and the strength needed to mend broken bonds. As we tune in on July 7th, we'll be watching with bated breath, eager to see how these dramas unfold and what new surprises await in Salem. Why we keep coming back to Salem for decades, Days of Our Lives has been a comforting constant, a daily escape into a world where love, betrayal, and redemption are always just around the corner. This Monday's episode is no exception, offering a blend of heart-pounding drama and heartfelt moments that keep us invested in the lives of Salem's residents. Whether it's Sophia's quiet struggle, Tate and Holly's youthful rebellion, or Xander and Sarah's fiery clash, each storyline invites us to reflect on our own experiences and the ties that bind us to those we love.
All new Days of Our Lives, only on Peacock.